We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
It's been a tough year for everybody, but Rick and Taylor got to put some shots on some deer, and I don't know, y'all got them fancy Xpedition bows out there, and Rick and Taylor, you both missed a deer. It's like you got the fancy bows and you forgot how to shoot, guys. Hey man, it's not the arrow, it's the Indian, you know. But Rick, being Rick, just picks up another arrow all willy-nilly and, you know, smokes the buck again. When I guess Rick he just kills all the bucks. I can't shoot one arrow this year, and Rick's shooting 2 at one deer.
The Rise Hunt segment series is brought to you by HuntWise, DeerGro, Redneck Blinds, Badlands Packs, Xpedition Archery, Back 40 Buck Calls, B3 Archery, and Cook's Fatal Attraction Deer Scent.
It's November 22nd. We're back in Michigan. We're on my farm, and we're hunting one specific deer that we named Loki. Loki. He's a big 4.5, 5.5-year-old mature deer. Hoping he slips up. I can't imagine it's gonna be tonight, but you never know.
What is up, guys? It is July 28th. We're back here in Michigan, and a buck I was hunting last year named Loki that I thought was dead. I wrote him off November 21st. He was gone. I just assumed he was dead. Showed up back on camera here in my farm in Michigan. So yeah, so this year we kind of transitioned everything over to beans. We did 2 acres of beans here. We set up this 10-foot soft side 360 blind, and yeah, we're gonna do a big spot of greens right up the middle, probably turnips and radishes, stuff like that. 2 acres of beans back there, big food plot in the middle, and beans here with the blind. It's gonna be a pretty deadly combination, hopefully come fall. And we're setting this all up just to hunt this one specific deer. We just decided to move the blind like 20 yards. It's 88 degrees outside, but we got her moved. And this is a really sweet spot. You can pretty much shoot the bean field by the pond, the food plot that's gonna be in the center, and the bean field to the left. So it's pretty sweet. I'm excited.
That is the first time that I've laid eyes on that deer in 2 years. That was my target buck, Loki, that I'm out here after all month. My gosh. I saw a little buck come across the bean field. I didn't think nothing of it. So I peeked my head around, and he was standing in front of him. He looks damn good this year. Fully mature. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I just laid eyes on that deer. It's shotgun season. We don't have a shotgun. I've waited 2 years to visually lay eyes on that deer, and it just happened. Come on, baby. Sweet. It's November 23rd, and we're in Michigan. I actually laid eyes on my target buck yesterday. I had my bow, and he popped out with another buck, and I could not get the camera on him. It happened so fast. And by the time I realized who he was and what was going on, I couldn't get the camera on, it all happened too fast. It was at like 1:30 in the afternoon. Anyone who knows me knows that I do not shotgun hunt. I've never killed a buck with a shotgun. That's how much I don't gun hunt. But last night, if I'd have had my gun, that deer would have been dead. 4 years of history with that deer, and it would have been done last night. I brought my bow, and I brought a shotgun. I brought both. I'm gonna try at all costs to try to kill this deer with my bow. Even if it means lugging 2 weapons out here with me, it's a pain in the butt, but I've heard 5 gunshots already since I've been out here, and every shot I'm just cringing, praying it's not him. In this scenario, if I don't kill that deer, he is going to get killed, especially walking around in daylight like that. And that deer means way too much to me to let somebody else kill that deer. Please, Lord, give me another opportunity at that deer. It does not happen very often, if ever. But I'm asking for it. He's at 65 yards. That's Loki. I can't let him get away. I gotta set my bow down. Yeah, he's at 70 right there. I'm grabbing the shotgun. Straight downwind. He knows something's up. He's gonna get out of here. Words cannot express how I'm feeling right now. I'm climbing down out of the blind. I'm pretty sure he went down, but I just watched the footage and looked like I smoked him. He was quartering a little bit, but when he hit that shoulder, I saw the smoke, so. Gosh, we're climbing down. That's a big Michigan buck right there. Oh my gosh, that's him. Look at this deer, Lauren. Look at that deer. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm so happy right now. Oh, this is such an unreal feeling to wrap my Michigan tag around this buck. This is a 4-year journey to kill this animal here on a 20-acre parcel in Michigan. Is just, I couldn't be any more happy to wrap my tag around this buck. I have not killed a Michigan buck in 11 years. And this deer means so much to me, so much history, so many encounters, and just going back, I mean, all the way back to a 1.5-year-old, I have video of this deer passing him in bow range, and I'd never seen him in person last year, only trail cam photos, and he's not a very big deer. He's got a big body, but he's a 1-year-old. I hope that deer don't get shot. He's just an elusive, smart buck living on a high pressured area. So it means so much to me to kill this animal. I'm so grateful and so thankful. I just could not be any more stoked. It's unreal. It's an unreal feeling. Last year I tried everything I had. I threw everything I had at this deer to try to kill him. Stand locations, food plots, and it wasn't enough. He was too smart. He's an old buck. Just to have everything play out the way that it did, a doe drug him right out of a bedding area that we planted right onto this food plot.
I'm just so thankful. Words cannot describe how grateful I am to kill an animal like this on my family farm. That's 20 acres. And this deer means so much to me. I'm so blessed.
Alrighty, well I gotta tell you about this hunt with a buck we call Nubby. Nubby is just this old deer that we've had history of for the past 5 years that we've been hunting on this lease. And he's always just been one of those big body deer that never had much for antler potential, unfortunately. And every year we saw him, his antlers would get smaller and his body kept on getting bigger. My dad and I both actually passed him a couple years ago. We had him at 5 yards. We were both in the tree together with our bows and our camera. It was just early in the season and we had a couple nice bigger bucks we were going after, so we elected to pass them then. But fast forward to now, my dad and I both were hunting in this field. I was on one side of the field, my dad was about 400 yards on the other side, and Nubby stepped out halfway between both of us, and he stepped out right by this oak tree that we've seen him come out of there many times in years past. And so we've always said we wanted to put a stand in that tree, and so that was the final straw. When we seen him come out there, we knew we had to get a stand in that tree. So the next day, there's a perfect wind to get in there to put that stand up. We hung the stand in the tree. My dad went back in there that same day, and when you know it, Nubby stepped out and did exactly what he did the night before. He walked right directly underneath the tree my dad was in, and offered him about a 25-yard shot. My dad made a great shot on the deer. He only ran, I think, maybe 60 yards before he dropped. And unfortunately, my dad, he was self-filming, and when he pulled back to shoot, he moved the camera arm and didn't realize it, and so he didn't actually get the shot impact on camera. But you can see Nubby walking in frame and then see him walking away too. And it was just an awesome experience. Great deer to take out, and definitely a trophy. Big body. He ended up weighing 265. We believe he's at least 10 years old. And he only had, I think, 3 or 4 teeth left in his whole head. So hope you guys enjoy the hunt. Didn't get the shot on camera, but we got everything out. So it's a good hunt. It's a good deer to take, and we'll miss hunting Nubby, but we're glad he's out of the herd now.
I made a decision this morning, and I came in here earlier this afternoon and hung this set. I seen a buck we caught Nubby over here last night. I was sitting over on the other side of the bean field, and I've noticed deer coming out right over here quite a bit, and I've got 2 scrapes, probably 20 yards apart, right here along this ridge line. There's a big bedding area to the north of me, and so Nubby's like a 10-year-old buck, and he won't score nothing. He's just a really big 6-point, but he's a 10-year-old, and I had an opportunity to shoot him a couple years ago, and I passed him up because I was chasing a booner that year. But anyway, we came in here and hung this set, so we're gonna try and do a hang and bang. If he comes out tonight and does what he did last night, he's gonna get a meat missile. Had it right at his lungs. So anyway, stick with us. Should be interesting. on the field out there. I don't know if I got it on video, but there's a lot of foliage in my way when he ran out into the field, and I had to wrap the camera in around me, and I don't know if I got him on film. So anyway, he's dead right out there 100 yards in the field, and I got deer right here up below me right now. Anyway, Nubby is dead.
Well, here he is, Nubby, oldest deer on the farm. We call him Nubby because he's always had this little nub right here on his left beam. A lot of history with this deer. We've had this farm for what, 5-6 years now, and have had many encounters with this buck. Ryan actually had an encounter with him right over where I shot him at, actually, almost, but he had already shed his antlers. And then 2 years ago, me and Ryan were in the same set together over in a plot over on the east side of the farm, south side of the farm, and he come walking through 5 yards, and I let him walk because there was a booner that's been traveling with him, and I was hoping that booner was going to come through, but he never did. So, like I said, a lot of history with this buck. He actually has hardly no teeth in his jaws whatsoever. He's got just his front teeth is all he's got left. So really good deer to take off the farm. He's a bully buck. This buck was constantly chasing some of our better shooter bucks off the farm. So we're glad to finally get him down. He's a really good deer to take because he's an old, mature buck, and probably maybe not even survive this winter. But anyway, we're going to load him up here and get him back to camp, and we're going to weigh him. Let's see what this bad boy weighs.
Back on field 9 of one of our Redneck soft shell blinds, and this is the same spot I was with last year, and where I shot Junior and had that encounter with him. So it's a really good area. A lot of deer move in this area. My buddy Andrew just came down yesterday and has been filming me today and tomorrow, so I'm super pumped to have a cameraman finally. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. We got kind of west-northwest winds, which is perfect for this blind. We got a big green field out in front of us. It's probably 33, 35 degrees, so it's warmed up a little bit, so hopefully these deer get up on their feet and start moving some. So should be a good sit. I'm excited to see what happens. It's about 4 o'clock right now, so we got a couple hours yet, and hopefully something comes in the bow range, so we'll find out. If they keep coming this way, they're gonna come through this window to our left right here. Ready? Yep. Yep. She's done. Go down, baby. Go down right there. She's gonna go down right there. Yeah, you got her. You got her. Go down, baby. Go down. She's going down. Hey. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Just smoked her. First deer with the new Xpedition. New P3 broadheads. She only ran maybe 80 yards, dropped on camera,
That's what we like to see, baby. First deer 2019 for myself. My dad shot Nubby last night. I got a nice doe down right now, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Jason. Heck yeah, I got my good buddy Andrew behind me. Thank you for driving down here and filming me, man. You made this so much easier. Whew. All right, got some meat for the freezer. Now it's time to get that buck.
First deer for 2019 down. Got this big old doe. Came in late in this evening into our food plot, but gave me a perfect probably 15-20 yard shot. Went down on camera, so I think that's 3 deer this weekend that have been shot. My dad shot Nubby last night, and then gonna get her cleaned up and head on back out here next week for our rutcation. We'll be down here for 10 days and going after that big Illinois bruiser.
Well, we're back in the truck and we're heading to Southern Ohio, going to Cameron Deerfield's house. He's got a bunch of good bucks coming into his lease, so we're gonna go hunt there. I don't think it's even been hunted yet this year. So we got some good days. It is November the 14th, so we'll be hunting the 15th, 16th, and part of the 17th.
Well, here we go. It is November the 15th. We are down in Southern Ohio hunting with my good buddy Cameron Deerfield. We're on one of his leases, has multiple shooters on it. We've had about 5 deer come through already. 2 or 3 bucks, but it was just too dark, couldn't get no shots or cam light, so we're gonna sit it out here all day and see what happens. Well, it is about 3:15. We've been sitting here all day. We had a couple shooters come in before daylight. We could see them through with the moon, but couldn't shoot, no camera light either. Then had a few does stroll through later on in the morning, but it's been slow birdies since, but we're gonna sit it out. Like I said, we got about 2 hours left. Fingers crossed one of these shooters comes chasing a doe here. We can slip an arrow in them.
Well, we were heading home from Southern Ohio. Got to hunt with Cameron Deerfield this weekend. I love hunting with him. He's a good time. We were hunting his lease that William Leonard's on, and he actually let me hunt it and put my name on it. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. It's an awesome piece of property. We're going to get back down here for late season and get a couple studs on the ground. Well, it is November 28th. It's Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. My brother-in-law are taking my nephew out hunting this morning. We did this last year, had a lot of fun with him in the blind, so hopefully we can see some more deer this year and then get home to the families and have Thanksgiving dinner. Ready to go, little man? Well, it's only about 7:40 and we already had one doe come in. We thought we were going to get shot at her. She was coming right at the blind, but I think the wind's kind of swirling right in front of us. She kind of turned around, went the other way, but super early, so fingers crossed we can lay one down this morning.
miss getting him out here in the woods. Try to do this every year. We're gonna get packed up, get home, and have a great Thanksgiving meal with the family.
Sleeping Beauty.